If you feel like you are constantly working hard, yet staying stuck in the exact same spot, pause right here. There was a time in my life when every morning felt like an uphill battle against my own exhaustion. I would wake up with a long list of ambitious goals, only to find myself paralyzed by overwhelm before the clock even struck noon. I believed that success was purely a matter of working harder, staying up later, and forcing myself through sheer willpower to grind every single day. Yet, no matter how many hours I poured into my work, the results remained frustratingly mediocre, and my energy was perpetually drained. I was trapped in a relentless cycle of high expectations, followed by deep disappointment, blaming my lack of progress on bad luck or external circumstances. The true turning point did not come from a sudden stroke of genius or an unexpected stroke of good fortune. It happened on a quiet, rainy evening when I looked at my reflection and finally confronted an uncomfortable truth. My external reality was more than nothing, a direct reflection of my internal mindset. I was attempting to build a high-performance life on top of a foundation built on self-doubt, reactive habits, and chaotic thinking. I realized that willpower alone is a finite resource that runs out quickly when your underlying beliefs remain unchanged. If I wanted to master my future and shape a lifestyle I could truly be proud of, I had to completely overhaul the way I processed my thoughts, structured my habits, and approached personal discipline. That night, I made a silent commitment to step away from quick fixes and dive deep into the mechanics of mindset and self-discipline. I began experimenting with intentional daily routines, shifting my mental focus from outcome anxiety to process mastery. Instead of forcing myself to achieve massive leaps overnight, I concentrated on mastering small, non-negotiable daily actions that aligned with my ultimate vision. Slowly but surely, the mental fog began to lift. What started as a desperate effort to escape burnout evolved into a profound personal transformation that completely altered my trajectory. This journey taught me that true discipline is not a painful punishment or a rigid cage that strips away your freedom. Instead, genuine self-discipline is the highest form of self-love and the ultimate key to personal liberation. When you cultivate a resilient mindset, you no longer wait around for temporary bursts of motivation to strike. You build an internal engine that drives you forward regardless of how you feel on any given day. Over the course of this series, I am going to share the exact principles, mental frameworks, and daily practices that allowed me to break free from stagnation and take absolute ownership of my destiny. Together, we will explore how shifting your internal narrative creates an undeniable ripple effect across your career, health, relationships, and long-term vision. By taking this step today, you are choosing to stop reacting to life and start designing it with unwavering clarity, purpose, and confidence. To truly understand the power of this transformation, let me share a pivotal moment that changed everything for me. I found myself trapped in a relentless cycle of burnout, endlessly grinding to sad external expectations while neglecting my inner alignment. I was doing everything right on paper, yet deep down, I felt entirely disconnected from my purpose. The turning point came on a quiet, rainy evening in Saigon, sitting in a crowded coffee, staring at an overflowing inbox. I realized that all my efforts were purely reactive, dictated by urgent demands rather than intentional choices. That night, I made a silent vow to break free from the illusion of business and reclaim authority over my mind and time. The first step in this journey was not a dramatic life overhaul, but a subtle shift in daily discipline. I realized that relying solely on motivation was a trap because feeling inspired is fleeting, whereas discipline is the quiet engine that drives progress regardless of how you feel. I began waking up an hour earlier, dedicating that sacred morning time to mental clarity, physical movement, and deep reflection. Instead of reaching for my phone the moment my eyes opened, I cultivated an intentional ritual that anchored my spirit before the noisy world could pull me away. I started viewing discipline not as a restrictive punishment, but as the ultimate form of self-love. When you keep the promises you make to yourself, you build an unshakable foundation of inner trust. As I consistently honored these small daily commitments, something extraordinary unfolded within my personal reality. The internal friction that once fueled my self-doubt began to dissipate, replaced by a profound sense of calm control and clear strategic direction. This newfound clarity bled seamlessly into every single aspect of my life. In my professional career, I stopped accepting projects out of fear or obligation, focusing instead on high-impact work aligned with my core long-term vision. In my health, nourishing my body and prioritizing rest became an effortless priority, rather than an exhausting chore. My relationships transformed naturally as well, because when you operate from a deep place of personal fulfillment, you naturally attract authentic, empowering connections grounded in mutual respect and shared growth. True transformation is never about overnight miracles or sudden flashes of inspiration. It is the quiet, disciplined culmination of micro decisions made consistently when nobody is watching. It is about honoring your future self enough to choose long fulfillment over temporary comfort and instant gratification. When you master your mindset, you realize that obstacles are not impassable roadblocks, but vital stepping stones designed to sharpen your character. You stop asking why life is happening to you and start recognizing how everything is happening for your ultimate evolution. This perspective transforms every challenge into fuel, empowering you to navigate life's inevitable uncertainties with absolute grace, unwavering confidence, and unyielding resolve. Stepping forward from this empowered state, the next critical phase lies in auditing your daily energy drains and reclaiming total sovereignty over your focus. Most people live in a state of perpetual distraction, surrendering their mental real estate to cheap digital thrills, superficial anxieties, and the relentless noise of external expectations. But when you make the conscious choice to master your life, you begin to treat your attention as your most sacred currency. You stop reacting to every notification, opinion, and minor inconvenience, choosing instead to channel your mental bandwidth into thoughts and actions that directly align with your higher vision. This intentional guarding of your focus isn't about isolating yourself from the world. It is about building an invisible force around your mind so that you can create, innovate, and lead your life with absolute clarity. To make this mental clarity lasting, you must anchor it in tangible physical habits and non-negotiable daily standards. True motivation is a spark, but self-discipline is the oxygen that keeps the fire burning through dark and stormy nights. When you stop relying on fickle emotions and start honoring your commitments to yourself, an undeniable shift occurs in your self-image. You begin to trust your own word. Every time you wake up when your alarm goes off, every time you choose a healthy meal over instant gratification, and every time you put in the work when nobody is watching, you deposit invisible gold into your self-esteem bank account. These micro victories compound over weeks and months, building an unshakable foundation of self-belief that no external circumstance can ever tear down. Moreover, shaping a visionary lifestyle requires a profound rewriting of the stories you tell yourself when you are alone with your thoughts. The internal dialogue running through your mind acts as the silent director of your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you are tired, unprepared, or undeserving of success, your subconscious mind will bend over backward to validate those limiting beliefs. Conversely, when you systematically reframe your internal monologue to highlight your resilience, capacity for growth, and boundless potential, your entire emotional state elevates. You begin to move through the world not as a passive bystander seeking approval, but as an empowered architect crafting an enduring legacy. Remember that transforming your trajectory is rarely a loud, sudden explosion. It is a quiet, continuous process of alignment. It is found in the silent decisions you make in the early morning hours, the boundaries you enforce without feeling guilty, and the patience you show toward your own evolution. As you consistently embody this elevated mindset, you will notice that the people, resources, and opportunities required for your next level naturally start flowing into your experience. You are no longer chasing success, you are attracting it by becoming the kind of person who naturally commands it. Trust this process completely. Hold the line on your personal standards every single day and watch how effortlessly your future unfolds before your eyes. When you embrace this quiet shift in identity, the temporary discomfort of discipline stops feeling like punishment and begins to feel like self-respect. Most people struggle with consistency because they view discipline as a painful price they must pay to get something they do not yet have. They see it as a constant battle between what they want right now and what they want in the long run. But when your mindset fundamentally shifts, discipline is no longer about fighting yourself. It is about honoring the promises you made to your future self. Every time you wake up early, say no to a short-term distraction, or execute a task even when you do not feel like it, you are casting a vote for the reality you want to inhabit. You are training your nervous system to understand that your word is absolute and your commitments are non-negotiable. This internal alignment creates an undeniable momentum. In the past, you might have relied on fleeting sparks of motivation to get things done, only to crash the moment the excitement wore off. Motivation is a wonderful spark, but it is a terrible foundation. It fluctuates with your mood, your sleep, and your environment. Real transformation happens when you build a system that functions completely independent of how you feel on any given Tuesday morning. When you design your daily schedule, your physical workspace, and your evening rituals with intentional precision, high performance becomes your path of least resistance. You remove the need for willpower because your environment actively supports the vision you are constructing. Furthermore, mastering your future requires you to make peace with the quiet, unglamorous seasons of life. Real progress is rarely accompanied by loud applause or instant validation. It happens in the obscure hours when nobody is watching, when you are silently grinding through the repetition, refining your craft, and stacking small wins day after day. Many people abandon their journey right at the threshold of a breakthrough because they expect immediate, dramatic results. They confuse a lack of visible external noise with a lack of internal progress. But just like a seed planted deep beneath the soil, the most profound growth happens in the dark, long before anything breaks through the surface for the world to see. As you continue to walk this path, you will inevitably encounter moments where old habits try to pull you back into familiar comfort zones. Your brain is naturally wired to seek safety and predictability, even if that predictability keeps you stuck in mediocrity. Recognizing this automatic mechanism is your ultimate superpower. When you feel the urge to retreat or procrastinate, pause and observe that emotion without judgment. Ask yourself whether that impulse serves the architect you are becoming or the spectator you are leaving behind. By choosing conscious action over habitual reaction, you break the chains of your past and claim full ownership over your destiny. This profound transition requires you to rethink how you interact with your immediate environment. The physical space you inhabit, the digital noise you consume, and the company you keep all act as silent mirrors reflecting your internal state. If your surroundings are cluttered with distractions and superficial energy, your focus will inevitably fracture, leaving you vulnerable to the pull of mediocrity. Creating an environment that honors your grandest aspirations is not about luxury or pretense. It is about intentional curation. Clear away the physical and mental clutter that pulls you backward, turn down the volume on unvetted opinions, and guard your sacred time if your very future depended on it, because in absolute and undeniable truth it does. Many people misinterpret self-discipline as a form of self-punishment, a cold and rigid cage that strips life of its natural joy and spontaneity. But true mastery reveals that discipline is actually the ultimate form of self-love and spiritual liberation. It is the unwavering promise to your future self that you will not trade long-term fulfillment for momentary comfort. When you hold the line against cheap dopamine and instant gratification, you cultivate a deep, quiet respect for who you are becoming. This profound self-respect becomes the unshakable bedrock of genuine confidence. You no longer crave external validation because you possess the quiet assurance that comes from repeatedly keeping promises to yourself when nobody else is around watching. As you step boldly into this elevated way of being, understand that progress is rarely a smooth or straight line. There will be days when the weight of old habits feels suffocating and the shadows of past doubts attempt to creep back into your subconscious mind. During these moments of vulnerability, remember that a temporary slip is never a failure unless you surrender your power to it. Welcome these challenging days as essential tests designed to forge your character and test your ultimate resolve. Instead of spiraling into self-criticism, offer yourself grace, make the necessary course adjustments, and immediately re-anchor your mind to your highest vision. Resilience is forged in those quiet, solitary moments when you choose to stand back up, dust off your shoulders, and take that next disciplined step forward without hesitation. Living with this level of clarity transforms your daily routine into a sacred series of meaningful rituals. Waking up early, nourishing your mind with timeless wisdom, and moving your body with focused intention cease to be burdensome chores. They become non-negotiable investments in your personal sovereignty. You begin to realize that the life of your dreams is not something you passively wait for. It is something you actively build, brick by brick, thought by thought, action by action. As your internal standards elevate, your outer reality naturally reshapes itself to match your new frequency. You become an undeniable force of nature, moving through the world with unshakable poise, unwavering purpose, and deep inner peace, fully prepared to claim the extraordinary destiny that awaits you. This transformation, however, does not happen in a vacuum, nor does it guarantee an absence of friction. In fact, as you begin to raise your standards and step into this upgraded version of yourself, the universe will almost certainly test your resolve. Old habits, comfortable distractions, and well-meaning people from your past may try to anchor you back to the familiar baseline you are working so hard to leave behind. They do not do this out of malice. They simply recognize that your growth shines a light on their own stagnation. When faced with this subtle resistance, your job is not to argue, explain, or seek validation from those who cannot see your vision. Your sole responsibility is to stay anchored in your newfound identity and let your quiet, unwavering consistency speak for itself. True self-mastery is tested not when everything goes according to plan, but during the silent moments of doubt and unexpected disruption. When a project fails, when energy dips, or when life delivers an unforeseen setback, the unconditioned mind interprets these events as signs to retreat. But the disciplined mind reframes every obstacle as refined data, a temporary calibration point designed to sharpen your strategy and strengthen your character. Instead of asking why something happened to you, train your brain to ask what this situation is trying to teach you and how it can serve your ultimate evolution. This subtle shift in perception transforms potential defeat into fuel for your relentless momentum. Just as you would not nourish your physical body with low-grade poison, you must become intensely selective about the thoughts, conversations, and digital consumption you allow into your psychological space. Pay close attention to how certain environments leave you completely drained while others instantly ignite your creative ambition. Actively audit your digital feed, your social circle, and your internal dialogue. Protect your peace fiercely, because clarity of mind is the ultimate competitive advantage in a world drowned in an endless noise and superficial distraction. As you curate your environment and master your internal dialogue, you will notice a profound shift in how you make decisions. You no longer make choices based on short-term comfort or emotional impulse. Every decision becomes a conscious vote for the future you are actively building. You begin to value long-term fulfillment over momentary pleasure, understanding that true freedom is not the absence of discipline, but the reward of it. When you consistently honor the silent promises you make to yourself in private, and unshakable confidence takes root within your soul. You begin to walk into any room with a calm authority, knowing that your reality is no longer governed by external circumstances, but dictated by the unwavering alignment of your mind, heart, and daily actions. This deep internal coherence creates a magnetic energy that naturally attracts higher-level opportunities, visionary mentors, and aligned partnerships into your life. You permanently stop chasing success and start effortlessly attracting it by embodying the standards required to sustain it, effortlessly converting your inner discipline into tangible, real-world impact. This profound transition marks the precise moment where motivation evolves from a fleeting emotion into an unwavering state of operational identity. When you step into this higher gear of personal mastery, you realize that true power is not found in explosive, temporary bursts of energy, but in the relentless consistency of your quietest habits. Most people remain trapped in a perpetual cycle of starting and stopping because they rely on external hype to fuel their actions. They wait for the perfect feeling, the right mood, or an ideal alignment of circumstances before taking decisive steps forward. However, those who truly master their destiny understand that waiting for inspiration is an amateur's strategy. Real momentum is generated through action itself, long before the feeling of inspiration ever arrives. As you solidify this self-mastery mindset, your relationship with difficulty undergoes a total metamorphosis. Setbacks no longer feel like personalized attacks or reasons to abandon the mission. Instead, they are recognized as neutral feedback loops designed to test the integrity of your systems. When unexpected storms disrupt your timeline, your newly forged identity acts as an unshakable anchor in the turbulent waters. You stop reacting with emotional panic and begin responding with calculated strategy. Every obstacle becomes an invaluable crucible that burns away lingering self-doubt, leaving behind a remarkably refined clarity of purpose. You learn to embrace the quiet friction of growth, knowing that discomfort is merely the physical feeling your personal capacity expanding. Protecting this heightened frequency requires a ruthless audit of your daily inputs and mental environment. You can no longer afford to pollute your subconscious mind with mindless digital clutter, low vibrational gossip, or ambient negativity. Every single piece of information you consume, every conversation you engage in, and every environment you occupy either fortifies your vision or subtly erodes your focus. True discipline means constructing an impenetrable boundary around your creative attention and physical energy. It means having the courage to say a polite yet firm no to distractions that do not align with your ultimate trajectory, even when those distractions appear in the comforting guise of easy opportunities. Over time, this continuous refinement of your inner landscape yields an unshakable sense of self-trust that cannot be bought, borrowed, or faked. You walk into any room with a quiet, grounded authority that stems from knowing you have consistently kept every promise you made to yourself in private. This deep-seated self-trust becomes your ultimate competitive advantage, allowing you to navigate uncertainty with grace and execute complex decisions without second-guessing yourself. You are no longer defined by your past stumbles or conditioned by the limitations of your upbringing. By taking full ownership of your mental blueprint and daily actions, you reclaim the authorial pen of your life story, confidently writing the next chapter of freedom, purpose, and unprecedented personal fulfillment. As you step into this new narrative, it is crucial to understand that genuine transformation rarely looks like a straight, unbroken line pointing upward. There will inevitably be quiet seasons where your hard work seems invisible to the outside world, and the initial emotional high of your new motivation begins to taper off. This critical threshold is precisely where most people retreat into comfortable old habits, mistaking silence for stagnation. However, true mental strength is forged in these unglamorous, behind-the-scenes moments. When you continue to show up for your morning routine, keep honoring your commitments, and maintain your boundaries without needing immediate applause, you are laying concrete foundations beneath your loftiest ambitions. You must learn to fall in love with the quiet craft of daily self-improvement, and rather than just chasing public validation. As your internal landscape shifts, you will inevitably notice a change in how your external environment reacts to you. Friends, colleagues, or family members who grew accustomed to the old, passive version of you might feel either settled by your new boundaries and uncompromising clarity. They may misinterpret your laser focus as coldness or your newfound standards as arrogance. It is vital to navigate this interpersonal friction with genuine grace rather than defensiveness. Understand that when you raise your standards, you unintentionally hold up a mirror to the unexamined habits of those around you. You do not need to lower your frequency to make others comfortable, nor do you need to aggressively cut ties out of resentment. Simply hold your position with calm authority, allowing your results and peaceful aura to speak louder than any argument ever could. Furthermore, masterful self-discipline is fundamentally about mastering your emotional reactivity. When unexpected challenges throw your daily schedule into temporary chaos or a setback threatens your timeline, your immediate task is to pause intentionally before reacting. Ask yourself if your next move is driven by momentary frustration or your long-term vision. True maturity is the ability to bridge the gap between feeling an impulse and executing a thoughtful response. Every time you choose patience over panic or deep focus over mindless distraction, you deposit valuable equity into your personal integrity bank. These micro decisions, repeated hundreds of times throughout a single week, build an unshakable armor of self-trust that no external circumstance can easily breach. Above all, remember that sustaining a high-performance mindset is not about achieving perfection, but about practicing relentless self-compassion whenever you stumble. A single slip-up does not mean your momentum is destroyed, nor does a moment of self-doubt invalidate the months of progress you have built. Real high achievers understand that self-mastery is a lifelong marathon, not a frantic sprint. Treat yourself with the same encouraging patience you would offer to a beloved friend. By blending uncompromising discipline with deep inner kindness, you construct an enduring lifestyle that carries you gracefully toward your ultimate fulfillment. When you anchor your self-worth in internal growth, rather than external validation, a profound shift occurs in your daily experience. You no longer feel compelled to prove your value to a noisy world or constantly compare your behind the scenes reality with someone else's curated highlight reel. Instead, your daily routine becomes a sacred sanctuary where focus, clarity, and purpose reside naturally. In modern life, where endless notifications and societal pressures threaten to fragment our attention, holding onto your inner compass is the ultimate act of self-sovereignty. You begin to treat your energy as your most precious currency, investing it wisely in deep work, meaningful connections, and moments of quiet reflection. This level of mental clarity completely redefines how you perceive temporary setbacks and unexpected chaos. When life throws an unavoidable curveball, an untrained mind reacts with panic, self-doubt, or frustration. However, a person who has cultivated deep emotional mastery steps back, breathes, and views the obstacle through the lens of curiosity and growth. You start asking better questions, shifting from why is this happening to me toward what this experience teaching me, and how can I adapt gracefully? Every challenge transforms into raw material for personal evolution, sharpening your problem-solving skills and forging an unshakable inner resilience that cannot be easily rattled. Furthermore, as your mindset transforms, your external environment inevitably begins to realign with your new frequency. You naturally attract people who respect your boundaries, celebrate your ambition, and mirror your commitment to continuous self-improvement. The relationships you cultivate become deeper and far more authentic because you no longer seek superficial validation. Instead, you bring genuine value, active presence, and calm leadership into every interaction. Your transformation becomes a quiet beacon of inspiration for your family, colleagues, and community, proving that it is entirely possible to break free from comfortable mediocrity and design a life of deliberate purpose and lasting impact. To maintain this long-term momentum, you must also cultivate emotional sovereignty, the ability to remain grounded regardless of external praise or criticism. When you rely on public applause to feel successful, you surrender your power to the unpredictable opinions of others. But when your satisfaction stems from knowing you gave your absolute best effort, external opinions lose their power to manipulate your mind. You remain humble in victory and composed in defeat, recognizing that both are simply fleeting moments along a grander journey of self-realization and lifelong mastery. Ultimately, mastering your future is not about achieving a static destination where all problems miraculously disappear. Rather, it is about developing an unwavering trust in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way with poise, courage, and wisdom. You learn to embrace continuous iteration, constantly refining your habits, elevating your standards, and honoring your highest vision. As you step fully into this empowered state of being, you realize that the true reward of self-discipline is not merely the external success you accumulate, but the incredible, unshakable person you become in the process. That unshakable inner core becomes your ultimate sanctuary when life's unpredictable storms sweep through. When you no longer rely on external applause to validate your worth, a profound, quiet confidence settles deep inside your soul. You stop reacting frantically to temporary setbacks, treating unexpected challenges not as punishments, but as sacred invitations to demonstrate your newly forged strength. This shift alters the energy you bring into every room, creating an invisible shield against negativity and shallow distractions. People around you begin to sense this quiet dignity, noticing that you are no longer swayed by cheap validation or panicked urgency. You move through your days with measured grace, grounded in the knowing that your self-worth was secured the moment you committed to honoring your promises to yourself. As this internal foundation solidifies, you will notice a remarkable transformation in how you interact with your environment and your relationships. The elevated standards you hold for your own conduct naturally refine the boundaries you establish with others. You find it effortless to walk away from toxic dynamics, draining conversations, and environments that require you to shrink your potential. Instead, you start magnetizing individuals who operate at higher frequencies of integrity, ambition, and genuine compassion. Your personal growth was never a selfish endeavor. It was a profound service to those around you, setting a vibrant standard of what is possible, of what someone chooses to live with radical self-respect. Your daily habits become a silent beacon of inspiration, proving that lasting change is a deliberate series of daily choices. Moreover, this elevated state of awareness allows you to cultivate a rare emotional resilience that turns stress into fuel for creative action. Rather than allowing pressure to paralyze your spirit, you embrace difficulty as proof that you are actively expanding beyond old limitations. You learn to breathe through uncertainty, maintaining a calm mind, even when your schedule is demanding and your goals seem extraordinarily ambitious. This mastery over your emotional climate is perhaps the most liberating victory of all, freeing you forever from mood-driven living. You no longer wait for inspiration to strike or for perfect conditions before taking meaningful steps. You simply show up, anchored in purpose, trusting that consistent action will generate its own momentum and clarity. Looking ahead toward the future you are shaping, you realize that true freedom is not the absence of effort, but the absolute harmony between your inner values and outer actions. Every boundary you hold, every healthy choice you make, and every moment of disciplined focus is a vote of confidence in the person you are becoming. You are no longer running away from a past defined by mistakes, nor desperately chasing a distant future to feel complete. You are fully present in the work of today, finding quiet joy in self-creation and standing proudly at the center of your own unfolding destiny. This peaceful stance is not a total absence of chaos, but the discovery of an unshakable anchor within yourself. When the storm of external opinion rages, or when unexpected detours interrupt your carefully crafted plans, you no longer crumble into emotional anxiety or self-doubt. You have cultivated a deep, instinctive trust in your own capacity to navigate whatever comes your way. In the past, a sudden obstacle might have felt like a personal attack from the universe, a bitter sign that you were somehow destined to fail. Now, through the lens of a matured mindset, you recognize that friction is simply the universe testing the durability of your new foundation. Every challenge becomes a quiet conversation with your inner strength, asking you to demonstrate the wisdom you have gathered along the way. You stop asking why life is treating you unfairly and begin asking what necessary lesson this moment is offering you. Moreover, this internal evolution fundamentally redefines your relationship with patience and time. We live in a culture obsessed with instant gratification, where speed is often mistaken for real progress, and superficial noise is mistaken for true power. But authentic personal transformation operates on a different frequency entirely. It moves with the quiet, deliberate pace of deep nature, building strength layer by layer beneath the surface long before anything visible breaks through the soil. When you embrace disciplined action as a daily ritual, you cease measuring your ultimate worth by immediate daily outcomes. You understand that a single intense workout does not build a fortress of health, nor does a single hour of study create a master. Instead, you fall deeply in love with the unglamorous magic of relentless accumulation. You honor the silent days when no applause arrives, knowing that the most vital roots are always grown deep in the dark. This newfound internal stillness naturally transforms how you interact with the world around you. As your core becomes solid, your need to control external events or defend your ego gently dissolves. Your daily actions speak with a calm authority noisy words could never replicate. People around you begin to notice a quiet dignity in your presence, a grounded energy that neither seeks validation nor shrinks away from responsibility. Draining environments and toxic conversations naturally lose their grip on you, not because you fight against them angrily, but because your energy is simply no longer compatible with low-level distraction. You become protective of your mental clarity and deeply generous with your compassion, understanding that true mastery is not about standing above others, but standing firmly in your own truth while creating space for authentic living. When discipline transitions from a forced obligation into a natural reflection of who you are, the entire texture of your daily existence changes. You no longer need to summon grand speeches or dramatic motivational bursts just to get out of bed and do the work that needs to be done. Instead, execution becomes as steady and rhythmic as your breathing, carried out with a quiet reverence for the life you are building. You realize that the goals you once chased with desperate anxiety were merely signposts guiding you towards something far greater, the quiet strength of self-mastery. Every morning brings a subtle joy, not because you have suddenly arrived at some imaginary, but because as your finish line, you are completely in love with the process of becoming. The friction that used to hold you back, the fear of failure, the need for validation, the constant urge to compare your chapter to someone else's highlight reel, simply dissolves in the presence of pure, unshakable focus. This profound level of internal grounding allows you to weather the storms that inevitably arrive. When setbacks happen, and they certainly will, you no longer interpret them as personal attacks or evidence of inadequacy. You view them simply as neutral data points, gentle course corrections pointing you toward a smarter path. Your emotional state remains composed as your worth because no longer tied to temporary outcomes or external applause. You understand that true strength is not built during times of smooth sailing, but in the silent moments when you choose to stay aligned with your vision despite zero immediate rewards. This is where real character is forged, far away from the spotlight and deep within the quiet sanctuary of your own discipline. As this mindset solidifies, your relationship with time completely transforms. You stop demanding immediate gratification and start thinking in terms of decades and legacy. You appreciate the quiet magic of compounding effort, knowing that every disciplined choice you make today is a love letter written to your future self. The small, seemingly insignificant acts, reading 5 pages of a challenging book, choosing a healthy meal, holding your tongue in anger, or spending 30 minutes on your passion project, accumulate like tiny drops of water forming a mighty ocean. You begin to honor these ordinary moments as sacred building blocks of your ultimate transformation. You move through the world with a calm confidence that requires no loud declaration, because your quiet consistency speaks volumes on your behalf. You are no longer reacting to life. You are actively authoring it with every choice, every breath, and every deliberate action. As you stand at this threshold of personal evolution, you realize that mastering your future is not about controlling every external variable, but about mastering the inner world from which all external reality flows. You are ready to step into your power, grounded in purpose and elevated by unwavering intention. This transformation does not happen in a single dramatic moment, but through the quiet, consistent choices you make when no one else is watching. Every morning brings a fresh canvas, a divine invitation to reaffirm your commitment to the vision you hold for your life. When you align your daily habits with your highest aspirations, the noise of doubt fades away, replaced by an unshakable clarity of spirit. Remember that true discipline is not a burden or a restriction. It is the ultimate expression of self-respect and devotion to your God-given potential. You are no longer defined by past stumbles or former limitations, because every sunrise offers a sacred opportunity to rewrite your story with courage, grace, and relentless faith. As you move forward from this moment, carry this quiet confidence into every room you enter, every conversation you hold, and every decision you make. Trust that the seeds of effort you plant today in darkness will inevitably bloom into a harvest of abundance, resilience, and peace. Protect your energy, honor your personal boundaries, and nurture the mindset that sees every obstacle not as a barrier, but as a divine stepping stone toward your ultimate destiny. Surrender the need for instant validation, knowing that deep, meaningful growth takes root beneath the surface long before it manifests in the light. Your journey is uniquely yours, crafted with divine precision, and you possess every inner resource necessary to shape a life that reflects your highest truth and purpose. May light always guide your steps, wisdom illuminate your mind, and peace fill your heart as you navigate the path ahead. May you find the resilience to stand firm in times of testing, the humility to learn from every experience, and the courage to shine brightly without fear or apology. Walk boldly into your future, trusting that you are continuously supported, guided, and blessed on this journey of self-mastery and purpose. Let your life be a living testament to what is possible when faith, discipline, and intentional vision come together in perfect harmony. If this sacred space brings warmth to your soul and strengthens your spirit for the road ahead, please subscribe to our channel for daily spiritual encouragement and empowering mindset reflections. We are so grateful to walk alongside you as you claim your potential and create a life of deep meaning and lasting joy. Together, we are building a vibrant global community dedicated to growth, purpose, and living our lives to the absolute fullest. May your days be filled with endless grace, alignment, and divine favor as you step forward into your true power. Type Amen in the comments below to claim this divine peace and share it with someone who needs comfort today.